black women on the metro here in Washington, surrounded by those folks from the Patriot Front. And then on the left is that classic photo of Elizabeth Eckford surrounded by fellow students at Little Rock's Central High School. She is one of the Little Rock Nine. The parallels here, the symmetry here is startling, Michelle.
That photo is probably Pulitzer worthy. It's a little early to start talking about that, but that photo is one instance of a woman on a bus surrounded by people who are wearing masks, who are about to march in Washington carrying Confederate flags. But I see that photo and I see America's workplaces. I see America's school systems. I mean, those men are wearing masks, but they go and they surround women like her in their workplaces. They will go back to a place where they can take off their mask, and then they will be working someplace where their noxious ideas, will be put in place in hiring decisions, in decisions about who gets a mortgage and who doesn't. However, when I look at them marching, trying to project power, I don't see power. I see fear. Yeah. I see the projection of fear. I see people who are afraid of a future that has already arrived. They are afraid of an America that is multicultural. They are worried about a multicultural democracy. They are worried about losing power. They want to create an America where white people and white men are dominant. And, America has to then decide, do we want to hold on to our superpower status? Do we want to be prominent in the world, or do we want to be a supremacist nation?
I see exactly what you see when you say you see fear, because they know what they have done with being the majority in this country. And so their concern is that we, black women, brown women, the black and brown folks who at some point will inherit the majority of this country, will do the same thing to them that they have done to us.
She was the only one that didn't need a mask. This young, strong black woman, not fearful, not scared, just present. And I love it. You see, on America's 250th anniversary, this is the picture that tells the truth. Not the fireworks, not the apple pie. It is this picture. It is this black woman that has to face the fact that when she goes to a hospital and gives birth, she is 3 times more likely to die. It is this black woman who may have a master's degree that is surrounded by these white men who she only earns a little bit more, even with that master's degree, than these masked white men. This picture tells the truth. Don't show me anything else. This is what we have to face. Yes, you can say nothing happened. Yes, you can say there weren't anything violent done to her. But this is the fear. This is the menace that as black people we have to deal with. And this is why this picture is so powerful. Tell me what you think in the comments. I can't get over it. This is who America is. Y'all take care.
This image captured by Reuters today says it all of where we are at in this country on its 250th anniversary. You've got a young black woman on a commuter train traveling to Washington, D.C., surrounded by a group of men hiding behind white masks that are part of a far-right white supremacist group called Patriot Front, who then marched in the streets of Washington, D.C. This woman, whoever she is a fucking hero. And to be honest, I'm really glad it's a woman that was on this train when this was happening, because this just shows that the women in this country are the brave ones that are going to lead us forward, not these cowards in masks.
So yesterday there was a celebration in United States of America, and they were celebrating 250th anniversary. Okay, and there's this video, or rather image, that there's a lady seen sitting in a train that is having white people and wearing masks all over their faces, and it has brought to my attention this particular image that you're seeing here. It has brought to my attention that many people have really, it brings a certain impression, like this one will be a photo that will be remembered for so many years. Only one black lady sitting in a train surrounded with white people, and she's just relaxed, chill, and just cool. Okay. So just people are talking about this image so much. Like, how come a black person or a black woman was sitting in a train alone in such a big, in such a scenario whereby white people were inside, and especially men. Okay, they were seated. They were having, they were standing. She was the only one sitting. And okay, in her seat. Okay, so it is something that it is bringing a certain impression how black people are always being treated, are always seen, are always kind of always always seen in the society. Okay, like, how come she was sitting alone while other people were standing there? It's something that many people are questioning, and this is what people have talked so far in this particular video. Remember, guys, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes, and credits belongs to the original creators of these videos that you're going to see playing here. So thank you so much, guys. Watch till the end. I'll be back with more commentaries. And guys, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like the video. Also, watch till the end so that you can see and enjoy the full video of how things are on this particular time.
Well, yesterday was America's 250th birthday. We wanted to celebrate liberty. We wanted to celebrate democracy. And we wanted to celebrate that all are created equal. And then I saw this photograph. A lone black woman sitting quietly on a Washington metro train, surrounded by white Christian nationalists. I don't know what she was thinking. I won't pretend to. But I couldn't shake the feeling for one frozen moment that train wasn't moving through Washington. It was moving backward through history, toward a version of America that too many people still romanticize. I couldn't help but think of Rosa Parks. Not because these moments are the same, they aren't, but because history has a way of rhyming. Once again, a lone black woman found herself seated quietly while hatred tried to surround her. And it made me wonder, will intimidation decide who belongs in America? We hear the phrase, "Make America great again." And the obvious question has always been, great for whom? Because for many Americans, the past wasn't some golden age. It was something they fought to overcome. There's an old phrase from the civil rights movement. They can make you suffer, but they can't make you surrender. Whether she felt angry, afraid, or simply determined, I don't know. I won't pretend to. But I do know this. Yesterday, we should have been celebrating how far we've come. Instead, this is the image I can't stop thinking of.
That image that we saw of the black young woman sitting on a train, surrounded by the white nationalists. What if the tables were turned? What if it was a white woman sitting there by herself, surrounded by a bunch of black men? And I'm not even going to say that these black men had a hateful agenda. Let's just say she's sitting on that train, surrounded by black men, who, again, might just be sitting there minding their business like these men in this picture. She wouldn't have anything to worry about. But that black woman, she saw the Confederate images. She saw that their faces were covered. So clearly they had something to hide. Can you imagine the fear, dread, trepidation, anxiety she felt being the only black woman, black person sitting there surrounded by a sea of racists? You know, it reminds me of that movie, I think To Kill a Mockingbird, if I have it right, where in the court scene, he said, I think his last name was Peck, the actor said, now imagine if the victim that was killed was white. Well, imagine if the woman that black woman sitting on this train were white. Just a thought.
When I saw this image, my heart did what so many Black American women's hearts did. For just one hot second. It was a brief moment. It was brief. My heart shriveled up. I felt scared, and just like this woman, I felt completely alone. We feel lonely and allyless out there, and we have felt that way before July 4th, so-called Independence Day 2026. We all know what this felt like. That's why it was so shocking and startling to us. We just clipped right back into it. But then I remembered something. Black women in this country, and this is me giving us our flowers, we have always known what it feels like to walk into rooms and spaces that were never meant for us. If anything, they were meant to exclude us. How many of us have started school, entered the C-suite on a board where we're getting ready to walk into the room and we knew we were gonna be outnumbered, underestimated, but we were gonna be expected to carry the whole show anyway. Black American women have always known what this feels like. That sucks. And it's scary, and it's unfucking fair. That feeling is not new, but what they never counted on was something else being new, and that something else is us. I'ma just tell y'all, and this is for Black women only, the 92% exists so that we never have to feel this alone ever.
And one last thing, this photo of a Black woman on a train with all the Patriot Front members is going triple platinum. They're saying, oh my gosh, this is the photo of the era, or it's staged. What, there's just coincidentally a Black woman on the train? Yeah. It's DC. It is 50% Black. I'm not sure why they didn't use this photo of the Haitian immigrant, but do you think there's not an African American on a train in DC right now? These people have access to public transport. They weren't obstructed from accessing public transport by these protesters, and they were not hurt. They weren't accosted. There's no evidence that they were called a slur or any hate crime was committed. You think they would arrest these guys if that happened, but it didn't happen. Donald Trump's Safe and Beautiful task force that's arrested 13,100 people in DC and took 1,400 guns off the street has mostly arrested Black people. When you saw the videos of them running around the streets and throwing things at cops or getting in fights with cops, entirely Black crowds. So do you think there's not Black people in Washington, D.C.?
This picture just stopped me in my tracks. It's America's Independence Day today, 250 years since its founding. One woman sits alone on a Washington, D.C. metro train, a picture taken by Reuters. She's surrounded by masked white nationalists heading to a march. She's not shouting, she's not reacting, she's just simply there. What a haunting image, and one that should make every decent human being feel uncomfortable. This picture needs to be remembered, not because of fear, but because this should never be allowed to become normal.
Apart from that, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and this is where we end our video by appreciating you for watching from the beginning to this particular point. I just want to say thank you so much, guys, and if it's the first time watching this video or this channel, kindly, you know what to do, kindly give it a like and also subscribe to this channel so that you can get being inspired each and every time I do upload a new video. You'll be able to see. Thank you so much for watching at this point. Until next time, have a great morning, have a great afternoon. See you guys in the next one. Bye.